Hello, everybody, and welcome to the OCRP iRacing Cup Series here at the New Atlanta. And we are just about to get things going with the qualifying session. This is the Hot Atlanta 200, the Hot Atlanta 200. And we are just about 10 minutes away from starting all of that fun. My name is Jeff Favignano. I am here in the booth with Joe Cortez and the one, the only Mr. Civ Ryan. Guys, ready for some, well, mini super speedway racing tonight?
Oh, I'm ready. How about you, Joe?
Anytime you come to Hotlanta, you come for a good time. This is going to be some hilarious down flat-footed racing through and through. After my world adventures, I am ready to get back at it and watch some fast cars go, burn up some pavement around here.
We have somebody on the track already. That's Mason Pepper in the 7 car. Getting his laps in now. And you're seeing these guys going to be running the top lane. You're going to run the top all the way around. Now, we saw a lot of drivers do this in the race on Monday. That is, you want to stay on the top, get the car completely wound up. And we'll see if he's going to do that here. It looks like Mason Pepper definitely knows this trick. So you want to burn that fuel off as much as possible on the top lane, and then your money lap's going to be the second one. That's going to be down there on that red and white line.
Hey, Jeff, real quick, can you put up the commentators, like little box there, you know, like who the commentators are?
Yep.
Yeah, so what's the deal here? You and Joe are clearly very close, and I'm third wheeling it over on the right. What is that?
You know what? He hasn't been here in a while, and I wanted to make him feel welcome. You
guys are sitting next to each other at the table, and I'm at the very other end.
Well, you're up there in Canada. That's where the segregation's happening here.
Oh, wow.
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 I wasn't going to go there. But, you know, I mean, love for all my friends in the true north.
That's right.
Spells on the top of the board right now. That's Clint Spells. We have not seen that driver in a while, and he's at the top of the board.
But it's still very, very early, Jeff. And
yes.
As I'm sure Ryan will agree, there's still a lot of great guys who still need to qualify, including Brown, including Aviator Alex Reno, Aaron Beaver. Bug still has to qualify. Still a lot of numbers left to come in here.
As I'm showing him that. Yes.
As we show Bay Area Bugs rolling backwards there.
Rick Evans had a top 5 finish on Monday in the Truck Series. Here, trying to get it done right now. And we're watching Johnston to the top of the board right here. That's going to be one of the, well, he's not a rookie anymore. He used to be a rookie right there in that 21 Lone Star Ford Mustang.
I mean, it's like, yes, qualifying does matter at this type at super speedways, but you know, this is a roll of the dice, these speedways. So yeah, you could get pulled, but it doesn't mean much.
But here's what I would argue, Ryan. Here's what I would argue. The further you are up front, the more opportunity you have to escape chaos that will happen. And I guarantee it, we are going to see some chaos tonight.
Very true.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, there's Jason Lance to the top. It's Bacon in here, and it is on the top of the board. As we see Steinhoff in 4th, and look at that. Jeff Spells with a good run there in the top 5. Now, I'm seeing guys that aren't taking times. We saw the 81 driving backwards on the track, and you might be wondering, why are they doing that? Well, they don't want to take a time. They want to start in the back. They know the points matter here, and I think they're going to start towards the back and, take it easy. However, I can tell you this from what we saw on Monday in the Truck Series race, once you get separated from the pack and you're in that second pack, it's so hard to get back up there. So we saw the winner come out of the top 5 on Monday by staying up there all day. So I think we're going to see some guys like Reno. We'll see Steinhoff definitely, and Sargent. They're going to be right there in the mix, and they're not going to play it safe.
I think that 81 car is trying to resell it. I think he's trying to roll the miles back on his old odometer there. I think he's going to sell this car and maybe pick up a Camry.
I don't know if it works that way.
He's still going backwards.
Is he really?
Oh, yeah. Tony, black flag this guy. Come on. This is a serious league.
Yeah, serious. Yeah, there it is right there.
There he is.
Taking his amazing lap right here. It's probably going to be about a 6-minute lap.
Is Brandon Buggs Polish?
You know what? He might be.
Go on.
Because
It's
that
the Polish
is,
line.
I believe that style of driving was made very popular by one Alan Kulwicki, except he was going the other way backwards.
Yeah, so it's like a reverse Kulwicki.
Yeah, it's a reverse Kulwicki.
Or a Ricky Bobby.
You want to see what his visor cam looks like? Here he is. This is what it's like to be the top of your game in iRacing
Idiot
right
cam.
here.
Actual idiot cam. Look at him go.
Idiot cam.
Hey, if you're not first, you're last.
That is true. And Clint Spell's just sitting on pit road. I don't know what he's doing. He's the only
snapping
one
on.
still on there. He just parked there. Yeah, the 81 driving backwards through through turn 3 here. And, you know, we're seeing that red and white line, and let's go ahead and talk about that because that's going to be something to watch. You can't advance your position underneath that line, similar to what we've seen at Daytona and Talladega.
I think he's just practicing for how many times he's going to be turned around tonight. He's like, oh, I'm going to be facing this way multiple times tonight, so I may as well practice it.
That's actually a pretty stout observation, honestly. There's the Geico restart zone, and Joe, you've been gone so long you haven't been around since they added that. But now we have an actual Geico restart zone. Remember we were making fun of it for a while early on in the season. Now we actually have a real one.
That is incredible. I am so glad to see that as he's going to stop right before the start-finish line. I think he's just adding some time. He wants to ensure that he is the last one. No, it's going to be a burnout. It's going to be a celebratory burnout for the reverse Kulwicki.
I think
That's something I don't think he has to practice.
This is very unprecedented.
He's practicing his victory celebration. He's Babe Ruth in it, boys. He's calling the shot.
He's calling the shot. Well, I can tell you that it's a little too early for him to be doing any celebrating like that. Well, maybe for the 6-minute lap, but he will be in the very back from what I can see. Although Isaiah Stevens, a lot of guys did not take times. So actually, I was wrong about that. It was a 2-minute and 5-second lap that the 81.
Impressive.
Yep, that the 81 did. Pole right now was the 31.698. And we have down here. So Isaiah Stevens, Kyle Cleveland, Tony Wilson, obviously. He always shows up in here, but he's not racing. Then we have Gage Bookman. I love how he changed his name to Bookman. We've always said it correctly, but he changed it in iRacing. Kyle Carpenter, Clayton Cyrus, Aaron Beaver, Jonathan Orndorff, and Joel Brown did not take times.
I'm going to call him Gage Baugman now.
Baugman?
Just so he changes it back. Baugman.
I mean, it is Bookman, but I got that like on the second day he joined the league.
Yeah, we've been pretty good about calling him Gage Bookman.
Mm-hmm. I've never called him Baugman.
Baugman. Well, I think he might have just changed it in the league because you can do like nicknames in the league. Because I show up as Civ Ryan on Monday.
Well, let's talk about points. 20 points separate the top dog, which is Wes Graham, and then Nick Sargent in the second spot. And then right behind him is, well, Brandon Buggs, Leonard Fodorero. Those are all names that we're going to keep an eye on, and they know that going into this race tonight because we're here at Atlanta, and we only have 3 races left before we go to Charlotte, and we crown ourselves a champion in the hometown of Mr. Cortez.
That is right. And it's going to be a very interesting run-up to that big finish, considering there's only 24 points behind your top 3 guys there. Even though Graham has been dominant all season, 2 poles, 4 wins, 8 top 5s, this championship is not his yet. He still has to get through. He still has to be able to make some time up and stay up front if he wants to crown himself the champion of OCRP Season 9.
Season 10.
Season 10.
Even better. We got him when we're 40.
Even better.
Well, we're going to get the starting grid going, and what we'll do is we'll just each take turns. We'll be myself. Then we'll let Ryan. I don't want Ryan to feel like he's segregated up there in Canada, so he'll be second.
Thank you.
And then we'll have Mr. Cortez go with the third row, and then so on and so forth until we have no more. That's the plan of action, at least. If we can get pit lane or pit lane 2. Yeah, there we go. Waiting for guys to grid up here, and we are moments away from taking the green flag here at the new Atlanta track. And what's the difference between Atlanta? Well, it used to be a normal cookie cutter style track that had an older surface to it with that style of racing. Now it's a mini Daytona. Now it's a mini Talladega. It's super speedway racing, but everything happens so much faster. So everything, all the crazy stuff we see at Daytona and Talladega, you're going to see here tonight at Atlanta, but it's going to happen a lot quicker.
They're already talking to each other in chat right now. Be like, this is a long race. Don't be impatient. Bugs is pleading his case already. He's like, oh, everyone just calm down. We got a long way to go. And yeah, we'll see how that works out for you.
I mean, that's not a bad way to start. It's not a bad strategy to start the race tonight. Not by any stretch of the imagination.
And the pace truck is on its way out of here. Let's go and get your starting grid to you on row number 1 on the pole. Jason Lance and Austin Johnston.
Row 2, Nick Sargent and Ryan Steinhoff in the 74.
Inside row 3 belongs to number 13, the Ford Mustang of Jeffrey Spells. On the outside of him, the 7 of the Stig, Mason Pepper.
Row number 4, Alex Reno in that 22 and Nick Gould in the 14.
Row 5, we got a Bearder in the 4 car. Next to him is Clint Spells in the 6.
Good run by him.
Position number 11 will belong to the 87, the Carhartt Chevrolet of Charles Gray. On the outside of him, it's the 91 Ford Mustang of Robert Webb.
Row number 7, Rick Evans in that 70 car and Zachary Guzman.
Row 8, we got Joe Ogle in the 15th spot. Next to him is Leonard Fonterero all the way back there in 16th.
Position 17 belongs to 16, Chevy Camaro of Ben Tuttle. On the outside of him, it's Wes the Mess. Wes Graham having a lot of places to make up tonight.
Row 10 in the very back, Brandon Buggs with that amazing lap we saw there. That's your starting grid. We're about to go green flag racing here at Atlanta for the first time. Hold your breath because I know we are going to be waiting for that green flag. The start of the race will be at the actual flag, and there's the 86 holding him off. Green flag in the air at Atlanta.
Austin Johnson with a nice start on the outside. He's got the 74 helping him, but not many people behind him. Well, I mean, not close anyways. As we make it into turn 2.
Along the backstretch, 2 freight trains continue to run side by side. This side seems to have the advantage. Let's see what happens as they hit turns 3 and 4.
For 3 and 4, still 2 by 2. A lot of guys moving all around as we head into that tri-oval. We're watching right around Alex Reno here. And behind them, the 14 of Gould. Look at how tight it is as you get through the tri-oval.
They are 3 wide there with Alexander Reno on the bottom. And they're going to go back 2 wide. Oh, no, he's dropping 3 wide back. There is, I believe that's Clint Spells. He is dropping quickly. He needs to get in line there. But out front, Jason Lance is baking in here, and he is cooking it up front on that top line.
A lot of guys talking about that top line that wasn't that great on Monday, but honestly, it seemed to work for the first part of a run, and we're seeing it work for these guys right now. It really comes down to just how many guys are in a line together.
And right now, Lance is just chilling up there. What's cooler than cool? And the Icy Bear, who is continuing to run that high line very well. Johnson debates going up with him. No, he's going to stay down low, and he's got help from Steinhoff.
You want to see how crazy it is? Look at this. We're going to ride on board with the 91 of Robert Webb. And you can just see how stacked up everybody is, how difficult it is to enter the tri-oval and exit the tri-oval without hitting the guy on the inside.
Lots of movement there. You can see it on the driver cam here. These cars are moving all up and down the track as everyone's trying to find grip and stay in the draft.
On the backstretch, Johnson will lead his first lap of the evening, but not before Lance takes it back. It's a side-by-side race through turns 3 and 4. Johnson and Lance trading his positions back and forth. Which beverage is going to come up first at the start-finish line?
You can see Lance there charging the outside lane, taking the 7 with him. Almost contact between those two. That was Mason Pepper, almost tried to clear himself on the 21.
That was very dangerous. But we stay green, and we're still good.
You know, I watched back here, the 81, Brandon Buggs, you know, he started in the very back. Right now, he's in the 16th position, and he's happy to be behind the 16. He's been working with that 16 for a while. Maybe going to drop down and work with Bearder.
but right now he's also being incredibly cautious. Third in points, he knows he cannot afford to have a terrible night after the reverse Kulwicki qualifying lap.
Yeah, have a look here. There's Rick Evans. He's up as well. Started 13th. He's in the 9th position, the top 10, cracking in there and staying on that top lane.
Well, it is anybody's race tonight. And you can see how hard it is going to be tough to move your way up the pack. If you're in the 81 camp, it's not going to be as, you know, as simple as being in a short track where if you have pace and guys in front of you, you can, you know, get around them. This is going to be a little tougher to pass.
Oh, and by every stretch of the imagination, again, this is super speedway racing. If your car gets out of line, if you don't have drafting partners, if you're out there without a dance partner, you're going to be sent all the way back to the tail end of this field as Pepper now scores his first lead lap of the night.
You see Lance there in the bottom just, you know, trying to keep that lane going. But look how much the 91 is kind of bobbling in and out of the pack there. In and out of the draft there with a 14. I think that's really hurting the top lane right now.
We have made it 8 laps so far, caution free. Let's see how many more we can do.
Commentator's curse.
Brian.
I love jinxing it. Screw these guys.
All right then.
Look at that outside lane working really well. There's the 14 at Gould. He's getting a good push from the 91. We were just talking about the 91 having issues there holding up the outside lane. I think that's changed up quite a bit. But look right back here. There's that 74 Ryan Steinhoff. We're going to go on board with him.
So the lower lane is the longer lane right now. By logic, you would think that would be the faster group. Not necessarily. These guys in the top are pushing each other very well. They're staying in line, and most importantly, they're being patient. They're working patiently together to keep pace with that bottom line, and they are giving them a run for their money as we see almost contact out there. It looks like around the 22.
That was definitely contact with Rick Evans in the 22 off of turn 2.
Reno crept up and did a little side smack there on Rick Evans. That's going to really piss him off as he tries to make his way down to the bottom line. He's going, I don't want to be next to you, Reno. You just hit me. See you later.
Yeah, Ryan
Pepper
Steinhoff
continues
there.
to lead.
Oh, you're fine, man.
No, please. I
was watching the 74 still. I mean, he started 4th. It's kind of been dropping all over the place. Right now, he has scored in, well, not anymore because he just dropped off. I'm not sure where he went. Eighth place. There we go. There it is. My timing screen just absolutely dumped on me there. I don't know what that was about. Oh, we got trouble to 6.
Caution's out. Caution's out.
Oh!
And there's more contact happening right there. That was
breaks.
Lots of cars damaged in that one. And we'll find out what happened here in just a few minutes.
The big one has come together. The big one has happened early in the race. I don't think we're done seeing accidents. I think this is the first of many big ones we're going to see tonight.
And it looks like that the 55 of Ogle just came down just that little bit in the tri-oval and hooked the 6. Nowhere to go right here.
And Bearder gets collected here. You'll see in your bottom right, nowhere to go for him as he does a hard shunt into that Oglemobile. Barry Bugs makes it through. Is that Leonard Fodorero? Does he make it through as well? He does.
Yep, he made it through fine.
But there is more carnage after this in the back with more cars.
And we're going to ride on board with that 81 because, man, you know, you're trying to get a good points day in, all that stuff. We're right on board with him and see what he saw. With all the calamity that happened right in front of him. Oh, man, that just happened so fast.
You saw that he was trying to predict where to go, but then he saw that Joe Oglemobile just absolutely get sent down the bottom of the track. And so he just said, all right, keep it straight. And he split the difference there. But a lot of cars involved in that one. Saw Kyle Cleveland involved. We got lots of guys that are going to be taking their fast repairs. Kyle Cleveland has taken his, and so far that is it.
What a bad deal there for the 6. He was doing so good, and just got caught up in there.
But the good news is they've got 2 fast repairs tonight. They've got 2 quick repairs they can burn as they need. They're only taking 1, so they're not out of the race yet. Don't count them out. Don't count them behind. They're still in it. It's just a matter of what happens next. I think that is the challenge of these super speedway type races, guys. You don't have so much control over what happens. You're more at the mercy of everybody else around you.
That's very true. And Kyle Cleveland there using his fast repair, and that was Joe Ogle was the other one that used their fast repair. So just those 2 drivers. Everybody else is looking good right now. And, you know, that's the nice thing about, you know, we have super speedway style of racing, but when we're under caution, it's a shorter track. So these laps go off and the pace car lights are already off. Sorry, pace truck.
Joe Ogle over the radio apologizing to the 6 of Clint's spells, saying was not intentional. Very sorry for that one, everybody. And everyone's like, all good. So no, everyone's understands. I think when you get in the car at a super speedway, you just know, you know what's going to happen. You prepare yourself beforehand.
It's such a crapshoot. And
it is.
although, you know, what we've seen so far, let's discuss that, you know, before we go green flag racing again. That outside lane seemed to be like, you know, kind of a hindrance, but like Joe was talking about, the bottom lane had the most cars, but no one was hooked up as much as the top was, and they were making it work.
And it's really just a matter of kind of those physics, being able to keep those cars working together, keep them in line. The longer you have the air tunnel working in your favor, the better it's going to be for everybody moving forward. Let's see if they can keep that tight air tunnel going and keep that freight train moving forward on the top end.
So, race control Tony was telling us before the broadcast started that they about 20 laps on these tires, then they start to feel the tire fall off and the degradation there. And they can go about 50 laps on fuel, he said, if they can get there. So far, they were looking pretty good there, though. I definitely jinxed it. But anyways, truck's in. We're going back green flag racing.
Yes, we are. And now we will utilize that Geico restart zone. That's Mason Pepper in there, and green flag back in the air.
Green flag lies, and it will be the summon of Pepper putting the heat on everybody on the track. Couldn't straddle both lines going into turns 1 and 2.
Darts to the bottom lane there and see if he can get that train hooked up, ready to go. Yeah, I saw the Charles Gray there up in where is he? P5. Good showing for him. You can't miss him in that automobile.
I'm watching that 13 of Spells. You know, he's had a good run so far as well, and he's staying up there in the top 10 in 8th position right now with Rick Evans pushing on the back of that bumper.
Pushing as hard as he can on that back bumper. 2x2, they continue to go down with following Lance all the way through. Now, here's a question. As we follow along on the icy Chevrolet Camaro, which line is he going to favor? Is he going to stay high, or is he going to try to block low? Pepper's going to take that inside lane, and now it is a full-on 2x2 freight train of a race.
You got a bit of a gap forming here between the 11th and 12th position as Bugs is trying his best to stay with that lead pack. But around there of Alexander Reno, you can see it right there, Jeff, that he is starting to lose that lead pack. So the guys behind him, they got to get grouped together so we don't get a 2-pack situation.
And you can see how much of a run these cars can get whenever you have the guy right in front of you. And you have to breathe that throttle so much so you don't run him over, but you time it just right so you can get that run. And you can see just how much momentum you have pulling forward there. The 74 is just kind of by himself right there on the outside.
Yeah, no one behind him, no one in front of him. Alexander Reno is trying to sneak up on his bumper to give him a push there. Or sorry, I was talking to, sorry, wrong car. Anywho.
Robert Webb all out of shape there towards the front here. He's been and we have the 87 in the wall.
That Carhartt safety yellow Chevrolet definitely getting the wall, leaving a little bit of that safety yellow paint behind. Might have left a little bit of that reflective material behind. He's going to drop a couple spots, but no serious damage to the machine of Charles Gray. He will continue to run in line.
You saw the 74 trying to take advantage of that. He was trying to sneak his nose in there to push it 3 wide. Charles Gray asserted his Chad dominance, said, "No, I'm staying in line. I ain't letting you through." So he stays on that top line.
3 wide for the lead.
That is a statement. Chad dominance.
Robert Webb's around.
Trouble.
Hold on to it. Nice save there by the 91. Keeps it going straight. Caution comes out. Hold it. Hold those brakes. Oh, man, that was close. Oh, and the 11 at Cleveland clobbered him.
Give me a water and a pressure.
That is no good.
Oh, that is heartbreaking.
That really is, because the 91 did such a good job of holding it down. But, man, once he got, you see what happens here. And we saw that 3 wide all right in front of him. Look at this, almost 4 wide situation here with Rick Evans on the inside. There's the 91 and the 21 as well. Anyway, it's just, it's really tough right here because there's just no room. And the 91 gets pushed up a little bit there into the 21. He just came up into the 21 there. I don't think he had any help with that one at all. And around he goes. He did just such a good job of holding the car where it needed to right here. And then this is where it just takes off on him into the grass. He had it woed up. Should have just held the brakes right here. But right here, lost it again. And then he gets into, well, a bad situation here in front of Wes. Almost got that 67 of Fodorero there. You can see the 77 of Carpenter. We have a crash happen in the back as a result of this, and we'll go through that in just a second as well. That was right around Joel Brown in the 43.
Yeah, and Austin Johnson there too.
Yeah, here's a secondary crash happen right in front. So everybody's hitting the brakes here. It looks like Isaiah Stevens got into the 43, and then that's all it took to send him around, because there's the contact right there up in front of Ogle. Nowhere to go. Joe Ogle again involved in a crash. And then they were just ping-ponging off each other. Look at that 43, not even hitting the brakes at all. Just rolling it. Well, he'll come down pit road, and they're going to get that taken care of. But Mason Pepper right now is the one to keep an eye on. Started 6th. He got out there in front, and that's where he's been staying.
That was pretty action-packed. We had 3 wide for the lead, and then 3 wide going back, and something had to give there. Unfortunately, it resulted in a bit of a crash for, let's see, what was that, 4 or 5 drivers there. So we're going to see some more fast repairs used. That's the second. So a lot of drivers are already going to be out of fast repairs, so they're going to be wanting to drive really safely. Joe Ogle being one of them. I'm seeing Joel Brown taking his fast repair, Kyle Carpenter, and I expect there's going to be more coming.
Yeah, Johnson on pit road there, Robert Webb and all them. And, one thing we haven't talked about is the weather, and it does matter because we have winds out of the west at 7 miles per hour. Now, something that was wrong with the track on release was that north wasn't north. They fixed that. So now the winds are actually west at 7 miles per hour, and you wouldn't think that that's a big deal, but it does push these cars around quite a bit in the corners.
We have a car getting a wave around right now. I believe that is, who is that going around?
Might be Spells. Yep, Clint Spells.
Yep. That's good. He's getting his lap back.
Started 10th. We saw him up there, up in 9th. Holding his ground. Got caught up in that wreck early on. Had to use a fast repair. And right now he is a wave around, or he's a lucky dog. And he will be back on the lead lap. So good to see him get back into this. And you know what? Maybe that's not the worst case scenario being in the back.
Well, not at all.
Oh, go ahead, Joe.
I can say not at all. Early in the race especially, it's not a problem being in the back because you have more time to react. You have more time to see what's going on. And, with a lot of these mid guys starting to burn fast repairs, they are now at notice. They are now have the biggest opportunity to atrophy through this field. And, their loss could be your gain if you're able to get away from all those major incidents.
If you guys aren't watching the truck races on Monday nights on twitch.tv/WestTheMess88. He does the broadcast over there. I drive it with my POV right here on this channel. And there you go. We're almost done as well. We have Richmond, Dover, and Charlotte left in the truck series.
All right, Twitch chat. This is anyone's race tonight. So let's get some predictions in chat. Who do you think is going to take it? And this might be a time to predict someone you don't usually predict because honestly, anyone in this field could win this tonight. So let's throw some predictions out there. Let's get some interaction going.
Guys, I don't want to say it too early, but West the Mess is up in the groove. He's 13th right now. Green flag in the air once again here at Atlanta.
Also in that mix is Bay Area Bugs. He's worked his way from the very tail end of the field, now up to 6th position, and he's in that high line, the one that has been favored so far by everybody driving in this field.
Look at that 70 car on rails right now on that restart. Great restart for Rick Evans. Up in the second position. He's pushing on the back of the 7.
Great start there by Evans to get behind your leader, Mason Pepper. He was looking to the outside there. I don't think he realized no one was going to go with him, but you got some people back there behind them. I believe that is Nick Sargent in third. And Bugs is dropping all the way back down to 10th place.
He was working so well with that 16 car, and now he can't get up there. Well, now he has an opportunity, but he's just going to stay on the bottom.
He had a car going down to the inside. I believe that might have been Leonard Fodorero.
I think that was the 11 of Kyle Cleveland. He's just, yeah.
Okay.
He was making sure that he was going to stay out of the way, but now he's going to lose the draft, which is not good. We saw how hard it is for guys to pass, at Daytona and Talladega with a lap car down. Now put it here at the new Atlanta.
And you can see all the different lead changes there between third, fourth, and fifth. Well, not lead changes, but position changes. Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
Should I raise my hand this time?
I'm just excited. That's all.
We are all excited tonight. Me above all, because I haven't been here in 3 weeks. Pepper continues to lead Evans. Gray, who touched the wall earlier, now in third as we ride along with the 88 of West the Mesh, your points leader. He is quagmired in traffic right now. And this is not a good place for him to be. 13th place. He's got a little safety, but he's not anywhere near where he wants to be.
Jason Lance, started way out in the front and dropped back there a little bit, but he's starting to get that groove working again on the outside, having some help with the 6.
They're still in a nice pack up front. That outside lane is still working despite it only being 4 cars deep. And their outside line's working well with that draft, like you were saying.
Yeah, and I don't see them changing that anytime soon. Charles Gray had a huge push there by the 14 of Gould, and now he is challenging for the lead.
Pepper and Gray side by side coming to the start-finish line. It will technically be Gray, so give him his points for leading a lap technically as he continues to run on Pepper, with Gould giving him the push.
Now is Pepper coming up there with a little bit of a side draft, it looked like. Starting to do some side drafting early on, or maybe just getting tight.
That bottom lane isn't going anywhere. They haven't dropped completely. It's still working, but we're 3 wide here with Clint Spells and Joel Brown.
He jumped out of the gas there big time to get out of that situation. He had that whole thing not work out in his favor last time.
Bugs behind him just goes, hey guys, remember it's lap 29. We still have over 100 laps to go.
Is that what he said?
With that. Yep.
Meanwhile, look who's in the mix now too. The 48 of Nick Sargent, your man who's number 2 in points. He's going back and forth between positions 6 and 7. The Nerds Chevrolet Camaro working very hard to try to stay within that group and ultimately try to take this lead away.
You see how low the cars are. You just see sparks shooting out the back there as they bottom out through 1 and 2. Look at Steinhoff with the move here towards the front.
So Gray Gould drafted there with Ben Tuttle. That got really close there.
I don't know if that was a side draft. I think these guys are just, starting with on older tires, starting to get tighter and tighter in turns 3 and 4, and they're really trying to keep them off each other.
Well, whatever you call it, Jeff, they got real close.
Oh, yeah, no, they definitely did. 70 getting loose there.
70
those tires
loose,
are gone.
Almost down below the line. And yeah, you're absolutely right. Unlike a super speedway where you don't have to worry as much about the tires, this 1.5 miles will chew up your tires harder and faster than a super speedway. So this is now about tire management just as much about speed. If you don't have the rubbers underneath you, you ain't going nowhere.
As watching Steinhoff there, he is on the bottom lane. He just needs that 7 to get closer to him to give him a push, and he's just not happening.
They're deciding what to do coming into the turn 3 here. Jason Lance to the bottom.
I think it was the 74 in the wall there. And that was the 91 of Webb right behind him, but they're going to get it going straight again. And look at Ben Tuttle.
I'm about to say Ben Tuttle's moving up great in that number 16 machine, that Chevrolet, that Southwest Airlines Chevrolet Camaro. He will continue to run that high line very well, in line with everybody, not in a hurry to move up, just happy to be working with that group right now. And I think that might be his smart play. Just stay in line, work with everybody as he touches the wall. Stay in line, work with everybody, and slowly but surely find your way to the front.
I'm not sure if it's the wind that's hitting them right there in turns 3 and 4, or if that's just them getting really tight. But man, that's the second time we've seen the 91 hit the wall almost, or I think he just barely got in the wall, and the 74 did as well.
I think you're right, Jeff. I think their tires are getting tight. We're at 35 laps on this set as Robert Webb tries to control that car.
These are said and done, man. It is tough in 3 and 4.
And it's getting a little scary. Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
I was gonna say, I think the wind has something to do with it out there too. That wind, you know, is definitely giving these guys a push, is giving them a little extra boost into the turns and making them a little unstable, which could be creating some of that chaos you see in that turn. As now Tuttle makes a big move,
and that's right around that guy that was
in front of them.
Down a lot. Yep, right back here. Is that Lance? I think Lance got on the.
They're wrecking now for sure.
Oh, big crash. Yeah, 91 of Webb. A lot of guys involved here. We're going to back it up there and we'll see what happened here. But yeah, Lance was off the pace quite a bit. I think that happened right around the 6. And that's where it all went south right here.
I don't know if the 6 thought he was clear or came down on him.
We came down the 86 again.
They made it out okay. And then up front here with everybody trying to, avoid what's going to happen, there was another wreck. You'll see, you can see, I believe that is, Clint Spells again came back up into the track. And that's going to be your 74. Or sorry, excuse me, 14.
Yeah, Gould right there came right across the nose. 44 of Isaiah Stevens involved. And we're going to ride on board with Webb and see what he saw.
4 cars caroming into each other as a result of that incident. Let's go ahead and go on board now with that car right there. That is 91 of Webb. As you see him riding behind the 16, he sees trouble up ahead, tries to stay out of it, but going high is not the way to go. He'll end up careening into those 2 cars and will need a quick repair to be competitive once again. 3rd caution on the field for the night.
Hey Jeff, can we ride on board with the 6 car there and see what happened with him?
We certainly can. We just have to find him. There he is right there. Yeah, let's see what happened, because this happened right here coming off of the... I think he was about to make a move. It was the 44 of Isaiah Stevens. And then this is where it all went south right here.
Yeah, he thought he was clear. He definitely made a left turn. He's trying to keep it together. Comes back in the track and just,
Yep.
I think he was just trying not to spin it, and he unfortunately came back up into the track into another driver there.
And he will be on pit road. Now, we were watching all of this. Did anybody come down a pit road yet? I was wondering if they were going to do that. We know it's lap 50. We're going to be seeing that. So I thought maybe we're getting close enough where guys are going to come down and try to get new tires on these things, but maybe not. No, I think some guys did pit because we have a lot of different guys up front, unless the scoring just got changed up. Yeah, it is hard to say.
Let me have a look here. 81 coming down to pit road, I believe.
Yep, Brandon Buggs on pit road. See if anybody else is going to come down pit road either with him. Doesn't look like it. But we got Gould on pit road as well. A lot of guys trying to figure out where they're supposed to go here, as we're going to be green flag next time by. Mason Pepper still your leader right now. And that's a lot of damage on the front of that 91 now, and that's definitely going to hurt him. That's like a huge parachute. It's going to be creating right in front of the 67, but look at that. Leonard Fodorero keeping his nose clean, and he's out in the 4th position right now.
Now, Mr. Tony Wilson, you there? I know you've been busy just a second ago.
I'm here.
What was going on? You got some black flags being cleared. What was happening?
we got guys that are getting in wrecks and not able to get back around and get back in position. iRacing always forces you to get back to the position you were in when the caution came out, and then it decides where you're going to go after that. And these guys are instructed to just get in line and get around, so we keep the pace, pace laps going, so people can get back to the pits and they get passing under yellow flags because some cars are broken and can't get back in front of them.
So it's just typical iRacing shenanigans there.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. Thank you,
Lights
Tony.
are off. The pace truck, and we will be green flag racing this time. The 7 car is your control car in the Geico restart zone. We're about to get to it in a moment. And we're going to listen to the awesome sounds of these things as they go through 2 laps. You think they can make it in 2 laps? I think they can. Let's do it.
Green flag flies over Atlanta, and here we go. It's going to be the 7 continuing to lead. Pepper continuing to scorch this field, but a lot of talent behind him. Lots of cars slowly trying to make their way up front in turns 1 and 2.
Hey Jeff, is it time to raise the volume or whatever?
I think it is. Yeah, let's get loud. Let's listen to these guys. There, no problem at all. Watching right around the 74 there on the outside of the 70 of Rick Evans. He dropped at the bottom, but he has no help. And that was Mason Pepper that fell like a rock right there. Leo Fodorero to the front.
Fodorero, last week's winner, will start leading a few laps himself as you run inside the number 87 of Charles Gray there for a second. Fodorero, Lance, and Gray, your top 3, as Lance now tries to make a big move to steal the lead.
If you're the 48, I'm surprised he's not going to drop down and push the 86. He's going to stay on the top.
I was just looking at the back of the field there, Jeff. A lot of cars getting into the wall here. Austin Johnson had a day with the wall there, but he keeps it going straight. As the field is starting to spread out a touch.
Yeah, that 86 has no help right now. He's going to drop down. He's going to have to jump behind the 16 after the 21 clears him. 16 with those green wheels. Very interesting looking.
Very unique looking car there. I think this is now a strategy play on everybody's part. Everybody realizes they're running low on tires. Nobody wants to be the first to throw their hand out and come down pit road. So at this juncture, they are simply trying to run in line, be patient, and try to time it so they can all go down pit road or take shifts in order not to mess up the nice symbiosis they have among each other.
Ben Tuttle on the outside with the 86. 86 finally jumped out to the outside. Now the 70 might be the one that gets shuffled back here.
This is where it gets a little dangerous, especially when you know you're out of line. You're trying desperately to find a spot to jump back in too soon, and there could be a driver there, and you could take out the field. But so far, so good for the 70 cars. He looks to get behind. Who's that?
You talking about the behind the 70 car? That would be Aaron Bieber, the 97.
Aaron Bieber. Yeah, what's his name?
A Coyote Chevy Camaro.
You know, racing is a fascinating sport because it's the only one of the few sports where drivers and athletes are identified by their brand partners.
By their what?
Brand partners.
Their brand partners.
Yeah, that is true. The more you know. Watching right here, the 88 of West. You know, he's had a up and down day here. 18th right now in the 11th position, and he's trying to get the 77 in line with him so they can make it to the back of that next pack in front of them.
Yeah, this is now a game of patience. This is now chess at 200 miles per hour. You understand what the challenge is in front of you. You understand what's going on, and you understand the limitations of the vehicle that you're driving. As a result of that, you know there's still, just under 100 laps left to go at this juncture. So you don't want to do anything crazy. You don't want to do anything stupid. You don't want to be that guy, because that guy will get you in trouble every single time. So at this juncture, look for everybody to run patiently, run in line, and ultimately work their way up patiently by finding ways to utilize that low line and ultimately pick up positions step by step.
We're used to seeing Daytona and Talladega where everybody, will run in a single file lane and they'll freight train it around here. And that's what they're doing right here. But you can just see how much movement there is within these cars. That's on old tires, and just how tight it's getting and loose it's getting at this, back and forth. It's kind of like a roller coaster ride for them right now in the top 5.
I don't know if Jason Lance farted out there and no one wants to be around him, but he keeps trying to go on the opposite line and nobody's going to be his friend and work with him. As Ben Tuttle thinks about jumping in front of him, but there are going to be single file there for the most part. Ben Tuttle does get in front of him to try and work with him. But Leno Foderero, let's talk about Foderero, Jeff. He made it. He started all the way back in, I want to say 16th. Done a hell of a job getting up there in the P1.
Yeah, 16th, and he finds himself in the top spot right now. And that's where you want to be. Clean air, staying away from wrecks, as long as you're not the one causing it.
And Foderero is absolutely somebody not to be trifled with here. 4 wins on the season, 3 poles, 5 top 10s. Currently sitting 4th in points, 47 points behind your leader, Wes Graham. If Foderero picks up a big win here, it could have huge ramifications going into the final races of the season.
Got a bottom lane starting to form right here. Ben Tuttle dropped down, and now everybody else is starting to do so, and they're making their way towards the front.
That is good to see the bottom line working. It shows you the power of friendship, the true power of friendship, as having more friends is a great thing on the bottom line because they can start to keep up with that top line and gain some spots down there.
Would you say friendship is magic, Ryan?
It is magic.
In the 67, he's not dropping to the bottom to help that lane at all. They're just staying on the top.
No, they're staying at the top and they're staying in line because they know if they go down there and help those friends out now, the super friends, if you will, down on the low line, it could cause a couple things. Number one, it could cause more tire wear, which would ultimately hurt their cars later down the line. And number two, if you give them the push now, if you get them to the front of this pack now, there's no guarantees they're going to help you out later. You're going to basically hand them the win, and they're going to just, and they're going to say, thank you, so long. And that's the end of the friendship.
He's breathing that throttle in and out there. About 173 miles per hour in the pack of the corners here. We'll see faster speeds on the straights, of course. But he's getting closer to that 16. The 86 is here to keep that bottom lane moving.
Those two drivers are going to be doing a good job there with the N70 behind them. Staying in that bottom lane, keeping up with the pack as the 70 gets a little tight on that corner, almost goes up into the 48. 48 saw that, got a little spooked there, but so far, no sparks flying yet.
The 70 car started 13th, Rick Evans, and he's been up to second today. He's been staying up there in the top 5, which he's in 5th right now, having a good run.
So Gray now in the lead. The Carhartt safety yellow Chevrolet Camaro leading Steinhoff, Tuttle, Foderero and company, as it looks like they're reshuffling once again. Every time they go too wide, every time they go through the turns, they tend to reshuffle just a little bit. And again, I'm not sure if that's strategy. I'm not sure if that's friendship or communications or whatever you want to call it. But it is interesting watching them just kind of settle in and run their race the way they want to. Eventually, I think you're going to see some guys come down here for tires, but it may not be till we hit the halfway point, which we should be hitting around, lap 68?
Yeah, right around there. And, we're seeing the 87 and 74. They've been working very well together. That's how they were able to make the pass on the 67. And they're going to tuck in behind each other and maybe drop to the bottom. No, they're going to stay at the top as well.
on the field. Steinhoff second, Favignano, Lance, and Evans, your top 5. Outside of them, Nick Sargent second in points. He's currently running position number 6. Tuttle who was in the lead at one point, now running position number 7. Bay Area Bugs 81 running position number 13, and Wes Graham right behind him as well. So your leaders caught up back in traffic. And guys, here's my question for you. If you're leaders right now, knowing that you're about 10 laps away from the midway point, are you nervous that you're running in that second pack, or is this just strategy waiting for the top guys to make mistakes?
I think they're waiting for, those guys to make their pit stops, and then all these guys are around each other. They know they're not able to catch that front pack, so they're all going to be pitting together as well. So they're going to try to figure this out, but it doesn't look like they're giving each other an inch right around the 43 and 6.
I don't think it's detrimental. There's still lots of time left for another caution, so I don't think it's hugely detrimental. But I really have been enjoying. I've been watching Jason Lance. He's really been putting out that Jerry Maguire energy tonight of who's coming with me. He's been committed to that bottom line, even when there's nobody there. And I've been enjoying watching it. Sometimes he'll get people jumping down, sometimes he won't. But just as I say that, he makes it to the top line. He says, all right, if you can't beat him, join him.
Show me the money.
I was waiting for it.
He tried to get down there and get something going, but no, there's like 2 or 3 cars there, but you need everybody else behind you to go with you to make that second lane. And I think a lot of those guys in the, in that position of around 10th or so don't want to drop down because they don't want to risk it yet. They're like, well, maybe we're just going to ride here, figure out these pit stops, and then we'll get back to 2x2.
So now scoring lap number 61 on the field, 60 complete. It's going to be Gray, Steinhoff, Favignano, Evans, your top 4, and Sargent running in the position number 5. Sargent, of your leaders right now, of your points leaders, he's the highest running. If you don't count Favignano, who's in 4th. Those two right now are competing for the most points out here on the field. It's going to be very interesting to see when and if they come down for pit stops.
There's Ben Tuttle in the wall there. It's going to slow him down. He's going to drop all the way back. And now he'll fall behind the 21 and the 44, it looks like. But now the new one that's trying to get the bottom lane going is the 70, and nobody is going with that 70 right now that you can see. I'm watching back here, looking behind the 43 here. They're getting closer. These guys are staying in a single file lane. Brandon Buggs, you got Clint Spells in the 43 of Joel Brown. Now Brandon Buggs at the bottom and try to make that pass work with the 14. They're starting to catch that front pack now.
Yep, let's stop fighting each other. Let's work together and try and catch that lead pack. It's a lap car of Robert Webb.
Yeah, look at how much of a run that 74 gets on the back of the 87. Then you got to start breathing that throttle. So it's all about patience in the pack.
Patience in the pack is critical right now. If you try to run it too hard, you're going to hurt yourself or others. If you try to run it too slow, you're going to get pushed away on the field. So very interesting right now, watching them be patient, watching them slowly work their way through the field. And Ryan, as you were saying earlier, this is where friendship really comes in. This is where you really need those friends and start making deals with everybody. Hey, if you push me, I'll push you.
He's getting scary right around the 21. And the 6 started pushing on the back of him, but he was squirrely there for a second. I'm not sure they want to be 2x2 right here, but that's the situation they're in.
A little scary back here as the driver's starting to get a little impatient. And those tires are starting to wear off again.
Nick Sargent trying to do something with the 67 there, but now he's going to have help from the 70 as they're trying to get around the 91 of Webb. And the 6 is around. Not around, but he's down on the inside of wall there. Clint Spells.
No caution flag on the field as Spells slowly starts working his way back on into the field. He may end up going down pit road. I don't know that he has another quick repair, guys.
No, he's out. That's it. 2 of 2. And I don't see any wheel damage on there, but with the new damage model on these cars, you can easily break that toe link there. And he's going to spin it. Oh, no! And there it is. That's not going to be good.
Smoke coming out of the back of that car. He is done for the night. If they can get it, he may be able to run some sponsor laps out there, make the sponsors happy. But I think, for all intents and purposes, his night is done.
Look at this, Ryan, right here. You were talking about the 86 of Lance utilizing the 91 lap car to get around the leaders, and it's working out for him.
I love it. You love to see it. And look at him. I never give up, never surrender. That's right, Jason. And he's back into the top lane, or sorry, the top row. But Charles Gray's got a nice partner behind him of Steinhoff in that 74 car.
That was Rick Evans tagged the wall.
I can say if the 91 can continue to run like that, and a caution flag comes out, he'll get his lap back and some change. That's not a bad strategy right now to fight the leaders.
That was a 3-wide situation there that got picked out very quickly. Now the 70 of Rick Evans going to utilize the 91's draft, but he can't drop to the bottom here. So now they're going to be 2x2, and have a look here. Everybody's caught up now. That whole backpack is up in the mix. Look at it. You got West MS. He's 14th right now. And I believe that was Brandon Buggs. Yeah, up to 8th right now.
Let's ride on board with one of these guys and see how these cars are driving, see what those wheel inputs, see if they're getting a little tight.
Especially through turns 3 and 4 here. Yeah, you can just look how much wheels in there, but that thing is just creeping up the track.
You can see the run that you get with the draft, and you got to quickly breathe that throttle, like you're saying, Jeff, so you don't ram the guy in front of you. And you definitely don't want to be pushing on the guy in front of you through the corners. It gets pretty scary, but on that backstretch, go for it.
And look at the run the 43 got.
I say you definitely don't want pushing on them with these older tires. Yeah, it's going to get to the point where these tires are so worn down, it's going to be like ice skating out there. As you see the 48 now drop through traffic, he may have touched the wall, which would send him backwards in a hurry.
Oh yeah, he definitely tagged the wall there in 3 and 4.
Leonard Fodorero announcing that he'll be pitting in this time, and he is in P14th right now.
And Leonard was one of those ones that was up there in the front for a long time, now making his green flag stop, but he has no help at all. So he will be by himself on this stop.
He went 71 laps on those tires.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are still doing the same.
That is a strategy tonight. Bisect this race. Just run these tires as hard as you can. And now the question is, who's going to be the next one to come down and get 4 digital Goodyear racing slicks and 2 cans of that Sunoco digital racing fuel, Ryan?
The digital tires and the digital fuel. You love to hear it.
Hey, I got to get paid somehow.
Oh, through Monopoly money? That's what we agreed on, right?
A hot dog and a handshake was what was my contract.
Oh,
read.
well, I don't know about that.
Hot dog and a handshake?
I believe that's a saying.
Is that a saying?
That is obviously I'm the only one in wrestling culture here. Yes, that is very much a saying.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hot dog and a handshake.
A lot of guys on this older tires, but look at the 88 of Wes Graham, now in the 8th position, trying to make something happen here a little later on.
What kind of hot dog are we talking, Joe? We got all beef, or what are we talking?
I usually negotiate for a Hebrew National.
Okay.
The all beef Hebrew National. That is the official dog of the Joe Cortez show.
Well, what do you know?
But what do I know?
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, the Joe Cortez show is definitely happening.
As soon as I get access back to my account, but that's another story for another day.
Oh, it's getting crazy right around the 81 here, riding on board of the back of the 81 of Brandon Buggs.
Joel Brown in front of him is going to be pitting.
And yep, there he goes right there, last second. Perfect timing. Joel Brown down to pit road. And lonely, no help.
I'm about to say the Garnier Fructis Ford Mustang, nobody down there around him. One is the loneliest number that you ever heard, as he's going to get 4 new horseshoes and a whole bale of hay in that car.
Throw some hot dogs in the trunk.
Throw them hot dogs in the trunk. Why not? It looks like number 7 of Pepper is now coming off pit road.
Yep, that is the 7. Wally's Chevy Camaro making his way, and no help as well. Interesting that these guys are pitting without help.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think they're all on similar tires too out there. The only one I've seen is Joe Ogle has probably the oldest tires with 55 laps right now, but everyone else is about 40 laps on their tires. Interesting moves by these guys.
Now, the problem, whenever you're watching the replays of those crashes, I was worried we missed stuff that happened on pit road, and maybe that is what happened, because a lot of these guys, I thought they would have already been on pit road by now, and they haven't, so I guess they already came down pit road.
That's the idea. Some of them may have come down pit road already, but again, even let's assume that some of these guys already came down pit road for their first run of tires. They're still going to be running low because they've only got what, maybe 16, 17 laps advantage on those tires. Those laps are going to count down quickly, and it's going to come, push is going to come to shove, and you're eventually going to have to make that turn down pit road and come calling to the devil for those extra slicks you need out there.
And I'm showing P1 through 11 are all on the same tires for the most part. A couple laps difference between Bugs and the rest of the field, but 41 laps on these tires. So your top 10 are all going to be looking to pit at, similar times here.
Robert Webb coming back out on the pit onto the racing surface, almost looped it there, and right in front of those guys. That could have been scary, but he's getting back up to speed very slowly.
Slowly but surely they continue to run, now scoring lap number 80 of 134. That means there are, about 50 laps left at this juncture?
Yeah, laps are ticking off, and they have to make another stop.
Guys, I'm just getting word now, and maybe Ryan has more details on this. Foderero seems to have pulled his truck or his car behind the wall. He may be done for the night, currently being scored 8 laps down.
Wow.
You are correct. I'm not sure. He was on lead lap too. I'm not sure why he decided to do that.
That's probably something,
something
personal,
IRL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, sim racing. Real life takes precedence, and that's exactly what's happening here. Have a look here. Wes Graham up to second, and that is that 81 of Brandon Bugs pushing him on the bottom. We saw these two in practice, and the 81 actually had the fastest lap in practice, but that was because of the 74. But the 81 and the 88 were working with each other all the time, and all in practice there, so I don't think that's any surprise.
You see that nice move there by Jason Lance, seeing the run that the bottom line had, and he jumped down in front of them, either to join them or to block them, because he knows that the 81 and 88 are going to work together. And 87 of Charles Gray does not have anyone directly behind him. He's going to probably think about trying to get in line here behind Bugs.
Oh, the 74 gets turned. The 70. Steinhoff gets it going straight again. The 70. Rick Evans hard into the wall in the 22. And caution will fly. This changes up the pit strategy just a little bit. Let's see where this happened. This was right around here, and it wasn't the 70's fault. It was the 74 thought he was clear of the 16. We'll get a better angle for you here, but you'll see the 74 thought he was clear of the 16 right. Here comes up. They make contact. And maybe a little net code. And then around he goes. And then right in front of them, they all get together. A lot of damage to the 70, right into the 22. They come back up into the field. Everybody's able to get around him there. We'll get a better shot of that, and we'll find out what happened. It was right around Ryan Steinhoff here. And the blimp will probably have a much better look at it here. We'll see. You see these two right here. So, yeah, it looks like the 74 is just kind of out of line a little bit right here. And then the 16 came down and hooked him a little bit.
Yeah, I think the 16 came down a little bit. Yeah, who knows? The cars act all kinds of funny. Maybe there was some netcode involved there.
I'm going to shut up. We got people on pit road.
Pit road action.
Lots of pit road action here. Tony?
Everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's going on pit road? Anybody, everybody came down. Is the last stop of the night?
I don't think so. I think we're gonna have some more yellows here. We've got one car here. I think that's the 74 Steinhoff doing everything he can to get in his pit box. Took him like 3 or 4 tries here.
I'm curious. He had some really heavy damage on the front there. I'm curious if he didn't have his fast repair checked, and he was trying to stall to make sure it was checked before he pit.
I guarantee you that's what happened.
Yeah, because
we've all been there.
He doesn't miss those stalls.
Yeah, not sure what happened with the 67. That's going to be a big points implication for him. But right now, look at that. Wes had a good stop right there. Jason Lance had the best one, and he's back out front. But we have 4 cars in front of them that stayed out, and they are trapped a lap down, so they will be waiver rounds. That's Joel Brown, Nick Gould. Then you have Zachary Guzman and Mason Pepper. All these guys out front here. Although there goes the 91 of Webb down on pit road. So let's say the 7 and the 43 are going to be your waiver rounds.
Their pit lane might not have been open for them. I know if you're a lap down, they'll say let the lead cars go and then open up a lap later.
Yeah, but I think that the 7 and the 43 here, since they are trapped down a lap, well, the 43 is 1 lap down and Mason's down 2. Yeah, they're their waiver rounds, so they will get their laps back. Well, one will get their lap back. The other one will have another one to try to fight for, but out front, it's about the same as it's been, although check it out. We got the 88 and we got the 81 all up in the front, and let's not count out this 4 of Robert Bearder. Had a great run on Monday. Had a good time racing him, and well, unfortunately, I put ourselves in a 3-wide situation. We all wrecking in the last lap, but before all that, the 4 was very strong. In the truck series, we haven't seen the end of what he's got here.
We have not, and I know. Shout out to Robert Bearder for being out. He is a new parent. Congratulations to him, and I'm sure he's running on some fumes right now with what's going on in his personal life. But congrats to him, and good on him for coming on out to the race.
Joe, what's the name of this race?
This is the Hotlanta 200, live from Atlanta Motor Speedway, the new version of Atlanta Motor Speedway on iRacing. For those of you just joining us, my name is Joe Cortez, joined by Jeff Favignano, the man whose channel this is named after, and of course, the incomparable Siv Ryan, our Canadian correspondent, as we get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing on lap 87.
To the Geico restart zone as the 86 is the control car. Green flag in the air once again. Good push by the 87 to the back bumper of the 88.
Oh, that is 2 masterclass in pushing right there as they mirror each other. And look how well that's working. They are glued to those bumpers, and both those lanes separate themselves from the rest of the field. What a textbook start from all 4 of those drivers.
Incredible start for those 4 drivers, and they are really showing their class out here on the field. 2 of them in contention for points, as Wes the Mess now wants to get the lead, but Bugs and others want to prevent that from happening.
That is tandem style drafting, and they are making it work here at the new Atlanta. We're seeing that amazing restart, and now behind them, the others are starting to catch them.
2x2, they go into turns 3 and 4 one more time to close lap number 88. Lance continues to lead, but Wes the Mess on the inside of him. It's all Bugs can do to give the push to Lance and try to give him the lead, but Wes is not going to go quietly into that good night.
Lance dropping to the bottom there, trying to maintain both lanes. He's doing a really good job of that. And now it's going to come down to, laps are ticking down. Here comes the 81, right where he wanted to be, in front of that 88.
He had a nice push there by the 87. Got a bit of a run there as we have a car in the back going to the wall. We stay green for now as the 87 with a great push there on Jason Lance. Colborg just with the assist tonight. Doing some great pushing there.
Let's just say great driving by these guys. I mean, this is a harrowing thing to do in these cars at a track like this, and they're really making it look easy.
Just update for you. That was Clayton Cyrus, the 05 in the wall. He'll drop all the way back. But we're going to stay up front with our leaders. 2x2 action going all the way back to P11. You love to see it.
You really do.
Two great freight trains running up and down this field. Bugs now scored the leader. I believe he was the leader when we crossed the start finish lines, so give him his points for leading as well. Lance and Bugs running side by side. Gray and Graham still anybody's race as they go into 3 and 4.
Just to clarify, the only points they're getting for leading these laps is a hot dog and a handshake because we don't have any points for laps led.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
I will gladly send anyone who's led a lap tonight a hot dog. I mean, it'll be the $1.99 Costco special, but hey, I love Costco hot dogs.
Who doesn't?
We're seeing some side draft in there. That was in turns 1 and 2. Now they're a little bit more spread, and that was the 87 that made that move. Now he's going to drop to the bottom. Here comes the 97 as well. Where did that 77 come from? Carpenter in the mix. He's on the top lane, and he's got help from the 74.
This is some incredible racing up front here. Many lead changes. And these guys are keeping it going. 2x2. And Charles Gray out front.
Gray is still playing up front. The safety yellow Carhartt Chevrolet Camaro in the lead right now, juggling both lines as Lance and Beaver fight side by side to see who's going to challenge the king for that top position. Gray trying to juggle both lines very well, will continue to lead, but for how long is the $64,000 question.
Watching that 77 so strong on the race, the truck race on Monday, and he's up in the mix right now, having help from that 74. Everybody's got the fresh tires, and it's really helping out. You can see how much smoother everybody is on the wheel right now.
Aaron Beaver up front. He's got Bugs right behind him.
What a move that was. That was a good move.
Yeah.
So Aaron Beaver trying to trip up Gray up there, looks like, trying to get ahead, but that's going to backfire on him, and he's going to lose a position. He will move back to position number 3 as Gray and Lance continue to battle for position number 1.
Charles Gray doing his best to block that bottom line, but Aaron Beaver is going to get just enough run there. You can see on the bottom to stop him from doing that. Now let's hope that Aaron Beaver's Starbucks Wi-Fi will hold out for him tonight. He is notorious for having internet connectivity problems, so let's hope he can hold it out. His ISP can do him a solid and keep a stable connection, but it's great to see him up here leading this race.
You see how patient the 88 Graham is being. He knows that, you know, this is where you want to be right now. Let the laps tick off right now. You just kind of ride here, 2x2, and take it easy here. No moves need to be made.
No moves need to be made. Everyone's running on same tires. Everyone's got basically the same exact setup right here. So you're not fighting the car so much as you're fighting everybody else around you. You're working and trying to figure out what everybody else has got going on, what their strategies are in order to take advantage of them. Again, right now they're playing chess at 200 miles per hour, and with time ticking down, this is it's gonna turn into no man's land here very quick.
Still, there's no need to panic just yet. We still got 36 laps left of this race, so there is lots of time yet. We are ticking our way down, but these drivers are not panicking. I hope not yet.
I don't believe they are panicking, but I can tell you this, something that myself and Bugs were talking about on Monday in the truck race was something that we don't ever really talk about is, you know, when you are not normally up front and we see these plate, you know, tracks changing that all up, the difference is adrenaline. The adrenaline you feel when you take the lead for the 2 laps that you're leading, that first 2 laps, it is like having your whole body on fire from the adrenaline that you're getting from being in the front and not wanting to screw it up.
Oh yeah, speaking from someone that doesn't lead many of these OCRP races, when I've been up front, I'm like, oh shit, I got the whole field behind me. Don't screw this up, man. You're not wrong there, Jeff.
Let's follow along with somebody who is familiar with leading one of these races. That's Aaron Beaver in the Coyote Chevrolet up front. He's now having to balance both lines, trying to fight off not only Brandon Bugs right behind him, but also Charles Gray on that high side. Bugs giving him the shove, but now it's only a matter of time, I think, before Bugs ends up getting back in front of this field.
Charles Gray was a little out of shape there in 1 and 2. Now he's got to gather it back up because he is the leader of the top lane. Everybody's counting on him to get back up towards the front.
But unlike Lance before, he does have help on that top lane. So they just got to stay patient, work together. They'll eventually catch the that bottom lane there of Bugs and Beaver.
Well, and the other thing you have to remember is 2 cars do not a draft make. When you have a giant freight train behind you, when you have 10 other motors pushing you in the same direction, forcing you to go forward and have that giant wind tunnel, they're ultimately going to pick up speed faster. They're going to hold that speed faster. And, you know, if you're not smart, if you can just hold that line, you know, and behind you, you're going to be able to continue to pick up time on those 2 guys up front, and ultimately they're going to be challenged by everybody coming out here.
Bugs doing a good job to try and make that point not a reality as he tries, but look at this, he's got Graham behind him, and Graham says, "Go, buddy, go!"
They're going for the lead.
What a great pass there by Bugs for the lead.
And that's going to push him out there quite a bit, which he does not want to get too far ahead because now everybody's going to start coming back to him a lot faster. And that outside lane is a lot more organized. Well, I say that, and now we're 3 wide. They jumped out of that really fast.
And that's what happens when you have all that pressure behind you building up like a kettle. It's only a matter of time before you release it or it explodes. Bugs now in the lead, but Graham right on his tail, and they're going to try to do a 2-step going through the quad oval, trying to get some distance on the rest of this field.
And you're going to see West. Oh, we got a yellow flag.
Yeah,
though. That's
caution comes out.
Jeffrey Spells. Involved.
Spells. Yep, there's that 13 right there. Hold on to it right there. Man, that got scary for a second. And this will bring out the caution. Not what Wes or Bugs wanted to see here at all. We'll find out what just transpired. It looks like it was right around the 86, unfortunately. So it was right here in the mix. Getting a little tight through that quad oval, and here's the contact between the 13 and the 86. 86 does a good job keeping it straight, gets back into the 13. They both hit the wall. And that's all it took there for that caution to come out. Then everything was fine here, and the 13's fine here. Just hold the brake. Oh, he did, and he slid down the track.
He slid.
Yeah, there's not much he could do there. Good job by everybody not getting into him, but man, there you have it. We'll see if anybody's going to come down pit road. This would be the time to do it.
Yeah, last chance for a pit. This will be their final pit. Assuming there's no more crashes for these guys. And
here comes everybody. Everybody's going to take the curtain call to get themselves one more set of digital Goodyear racing slicks and a little more Sunoco racing digital Sunoco racing fuel. Again, that's not necessarily because you have to take the fuel. That's to give yourself a little weight on the back end so that you have that weight over the axle and can get a little bit faster jump when they go back to Green Flag Racing. Everybody and their mother coming in for one more last dance.
This is the money stop. You got to be perfect here. No mess ups. And there's the 81. He's getting back out there with the 88. Now, we don't know if they're, communicating or whatnot. They might have taken just 2 tires here. But I think they're just taking 4, and everybody's going to get back out in line. Right now, your leader scored is the 22 of Alex Reno. Did he stay out? Or is he? Yeah, because he's not a lap down or anything. He's not a wave around. The 05 would be the wave around. But that's not going to happen since the 22 stayed out, which I can tell you right now, the 05 is not going to be happy with the 22 staying out.
Those drivers did take all 4 tires, Jeff. No one in the 88, he always takes 4 tires.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And I think a lot of those drivers that took two tires that one race, I forget which one it was, but they got dusted on the restart. I think they all kind of learned their lesson on that one. So I'd be pretty shocked if anyone took 2 tires on that.
Wes would take 6 if they let him.
That's true.
Hey, Tony, can you tell us what's going on with the 22? When's the last time he was on pit road?
I will look at that for you. He definitely did stay out. He was running in the 5th position when that caution came out, so he may just be looking to stretch it out.
A bold strategy move here, but I like it.
I'm showing 22 laps on his tires, Jeff.
Okay, that's quite a few laps on the tires, so, I mean, he's going to be squirrely. And I can guarantee you, since he's squirrely on old tires, no one's want to be in a line with him. Not at the start of the race here.
So
Yeah,
this is where, yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
I was gonna say he's gonna get freight trained pretty quick here is my guess. Go ahead, Joe.
I was about to say, this is where you are definitely going to be seeing a lot of strategy going on, a lot of guys figuring out what they want to do and how they want to do it. Give credit to Reno for staying out, trying that strategy, trying to make it work, but with so many guys with brand new slicks underneath them, that is not going to work in his favor. Reno's going to get swallowed up in a hurry, but the question is, who is it going to benefit more? Is it going to benefit Brandon Bruggs or Wes Graham?
I think it'll be Brandon Bruggs.
Brandon Bruggs.
Oh, we're such jackasses to each other.
Bruggs.
It's too good.
Live yet, right?
Nope, we're not live. 2x2. Lights are off on the pace car. Pace truck, sorry. Can't call it a car, it's a truck, right? Maybe?
That is a Chevrolet Silverado?
That is
Pace
a Chevy
vehicle.
Silverado. Pace vehicle, I like that one. It says official
So
pace truck on the side, but you would think I could read. Nope.
The first racing Chevrolet Silverado pace truck will make its way down pit road this time by, and for the first time tonight, Aviator Alexander Reno in control of the field, passes the Geico restart zone and holds everybody off.
Missed
it big time, and that will accordion him through. Huge advantage for Bugs.
Wow, yeah, the 22, I think he spun the tires and just couldn't get through the Geico restart zone. Now the 81's all the way out front, and I think that 4 is going to stay with the 81 here. The 88's got to be getting a little frustrated with the 22 being slow in front of him like that.
Yeah, that accordion effect. Yeah, you had a great angle on that, Jeff, on that start. Luckily for everyone behind them, they did not wreck, because you know how crazy that accordion effect can get all the way back to the field. But Alexander Reno staying P3 out front here.
Yeah, but he's going to get swallowed up by that line. He's having a hard time keeping it on that low line. It's only a matter of time before he gets stuck in the vortex and gets chili dogged all the way back through the field. Bugs in front, Bearder second, and now Reno's in third, but for how much longer?
Yeah, you know Wes the Mess is getting frustrated with this. He's trying his darn hardest to get on the top line, but unfortunately Charles Gray is right there because he wants to get around this 22 car as fast as he can.
And Charles Gray was getting frustrated there. He wanted to get to the bottom lane, just couldn't make that work. He's still stuck on the outside trying to figure it out, and he has no help. Well, now Rick Evans dropping down the bottom behind the 16. They're going to stay on the bottom lane.
They're going to stay on the bottom lane. Uh-oh, it looks like that's a contact there between Tuttle and Beaver going through the quad oval. No caution. Everyone stays in line. But what I was going to say is Reno's now turning into a rolling chicane. He's holding up a lot of fast cars back there. And you've got to wonder, with less than 20 laps left to go, or about 20 laps left to go, how long before you start seeing some tempers flare and somebody giving him the chrome horn to move him out of the way?
Well, Wes is not going to do that to him. Yeah.
No.
Well, not Wes, but he's already fallen 3 spots, and now he's got some more traffic behind him.
Now it's a matter of what they're going to do here, because now, you know, everybody's in a single file. Rick Evans trying to make something happen on the top lane. Nobody's going up there. He'll drop back down. Well, we have no second lane formed right now. People are trying here, but it's going to take more than just these guys back in 5th and 6th.
West clear of the Great Wall of Reno, and he sets his sight there on the 4 of Robert Bearder.
Man, it's getting scary.
Oh,
There it was.
and
I
they're
figured
crashing.
that was going to happen. I'm trying to figure out where that was. Robert Webb in the
22.
wall.
Right after the start-finish line.
The 22 of Alex Reno. Lots of damage to that car after taking a little bit of a... Oh, man, yeah, that whole right rear toe link was destroyed. We're going to find out what happened here, but it all happened right around here. It could have been having those older tires, you know, caught the wall there off the corner. It looks like it was, nope, contact with the 70 here. Let's see what happened here. So they make contact off the corner. Ooh, 70 came up into the 22. Just sent him up into the wall. And
Yeah,
I think that,
unfortunate for Reno.
yeah, that broke the toe there. You can see he's trying to keep it straight on the wheel. The 86 of Lance all over that car. Nowhere to go. The 91 involved. So another restart we will have. And a lot of damage to that 22. But he's only used one fast repair. He had another one left. So he'll be taking it right now and getting that car fixed.
Unfortunate there for Jason Lance. I'm not sure if my fast repair screen is working or not. I think he has another one in the bank because he was showing a really good race this whole race, up front, up top 5.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, good.
He'll be good to have. He'll get that car fixed, and he'll be in the back, but he'll work his way forward quickly. We still have a lot of racing to go. It doesn't seem like it, but we do.
18 laps is not a whole lot of time, though, to work your way through this field. It's plausible. You could do it, but you got to run like the devil's on your ass, and he wants that hot dog you've got up front.
Let's talk about that 20.
Excuse me?
I got to talk about Zachary Guzman because, I mean, he's had one heck of a day. Started 14th. He's been up to 5th. He was there, and now he is the lucky dog, so he will be back on the lead lap. But we saw him up there towards the front. I see him making some crazy moves. We saw great things out of that driver on Monday in the Truck Series, and now he's going to have another shot at it. But, yeah. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with more action here.
Take a break.
Atlanta.
And 4th, and Charles Gray rounding out your top 5 guys.
Oh, you're just talking.
Lots of talent up front.
I had you
thought you were
muted.
back live.
Yeah, we weren't live.
Oh shit! I'm glad I can say that.
Just practicing.
I was
that's okay.
practicing. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready whenever. I'm ready when you go.
I'm not
Whenever you go
Bronco.
live.
I'm excited for this restart. It's starting to get real good.
Yeah, this whole race has actually been quite spectacular. Shout out to these guys for putting on a really good show. And we're coming down to the last few laps here. It is anybody's race. Who do you guys got? Do you want to make a prediction, or do you want to?
I can't make a prediction. I
Yeah,
can't.
I agree.
I'll feel biased, but Man, watch the 87 and 74. I've been watching them these last few laps. Watch this restart.
Yep.
Green.
Green flag in the air once again here at Atlanta.
Close the tail real tight, though.
Everybody staying 2 by 2 from fourth on back.
Great shove by Wes Graham on the 81 of Brandon Bones to get that start going. Here, although there's a lot of respect between these two, there's no love lost, as both of them know what's on the line tonight.
They are not, by no means, have left the field behind them, and they're going single file as the rest catch up. And I expect we'll be going back 2 by 2 very shortly.
That's watching all this right here, but yeah, there's Steinhoff in the 87 to Gray. Let's see if they're going to try to make that outside lane work. 74 jumps up, no help.
He is going to be lone soldier up there by himself. He side drafts the 4 of Robert Bearder. Now it looks like he's going to get a little bit of help. I believe Aaron Beavers jumped up there as well. Johnson has run up there as well. Sargent trying to get a run going 2 by 2, and the leaders still continue to run away.
Yeah, Bearder trying to find out what lane he wants to go with. He's trying to find what energy is there, outside or bottom. It's hard to say, but he's going to stick to the bottom here, and Johnston on the inside of the 74.
Out front, you got Bugs, Graham, and Gray stuck on each other's bumpers. They're going, see you later, nerds. We're going to try our best to get a gap here. Although I don't know if that's going to be the best choice, as these 2 lanes behind them start to stack up, and they're going to get a lot of momentum here.
The big MO is on the side of everyone behind him, as the first 5 now starting to line up, starting to get away. It's Bugs, Graham, Gray, Bearder, and Johnson, your top 5, as they start running now. Are they going to try to find the second pack and start fighting for the lead amongst themselves?
All I got to say is the 97 of Beaver has done such a great job, managing this race. And he's doing a really good job of utilizing the 74, because that 74 is fast. And the 97 is about to get turned into the field. He crashes. Hard crash.
Cops out.
Wow.
You were riding on board with Beaver when that happened, and you can see how fast it happens out of your control. And just a shock to you, we were just singing his praises for how well he's been managing this race. But man, doesn't matter how well you do if the guy behind you doesn't do as well.
Yeah, and I think that it might have been the 70 of Rick Evans there that caught his rear end just a little bit. Try to get a good angle on it. Here we go, right here. No, it looks like the 97 came down on the 70. That's what I would call that. Oh, it's so tight right there. That's a racing incident right there. With this style of track, and he did a real good job of keeping it straight for the longest time, and then you can only do so much at speed. Like, look at the 77. Oh, he helped him. I think the 97 might have had it there, although some netcode happened there, but man, what a crash. You see the
tire.
Yeah, the link to the tire. Those are attached by these ropes to maintain those tires on the car so they don't fly off into the crowd. A hard hit for the 97. He's on pit road. Woof. That's all I can say. Just woof.
Yeah.
Well,
unfortunate.
While we're under caution, let's go ahead and take you through the top 10 and show you where everybody's at right now. Brandon Bugs did the he did the reverse Kulwicki for his lap in qualifying, and he started in the very, very back. Has worked his way all the way up to the front. Great run by the 81 so far. The 88 of Wes Graham, similar story. 18th. He's been up to first today. He's in second right now. Charles Gray started 11th, and right now he is in the third spot. Robert Bearder in fourth after starting ninth today. He's been no stranger to the front. And look at Austin Johnson having a great race. He's been up in the lead. He's been back to 20th. Right now, top 5. So he's not out of this thing by a long shot. Ryan Steinhoff, they're in 6th position. And Rick Evans, starting 13th, had a great run at the truck race and has been showing his muscle here tonight. And behind him, Ben Tuttle started 17th. He's had a good run, and he is in the 8th position. 9th is Nick Sargent, which is definitely looking to have a good points day here, keeping his nose clean and routing out the top 10. Who would have thought after using the final fast repair. Joe Ogle in the 10th position after getting caught up in those early crashes.
Who would have thought? Now, I'll update. There was a car did have a bit of an incident under caution and came around catching up to the pack a little too fast and put it into the wall. That was Ben Tuttle. He's going to have some damage there to his car. He's in P10 right now.
Oh, no. We were just talking about how good it was going well for him.
And there he comes down to go get it fixed because, yeah, he was coming in a little too hot, had to slam on the brakes, unfortunately. Able to avoid some people, but did put his car into the wall there. You don't love to see that.
Well, you don't want to go anywhere, guys. We are winding the laps down here, and we're going to be green flag racing on lap 126 of 134.
9 laps to go when we go back to green flag racing, and effectively this is still anybody's race. Everybody's on fresh tires. Everybody has pretty much the same amount of fuel. So at this juncture, it is skill versus skill. It is every driver for themselves, with themselves, running for each other, or running for themselves for this win. And guys, this is going to be arguably one of the best finishes we're going to see in all of the season. This is going to be one you do not want to peel your eyes off of.
And that's what I was telling. I'm telling you what, this track combo with this car has been absolutely stellar to watch, and it's a lot more fun, in my opinion, than Daytona or Talladega.
Yeah, I was tempted to even jump in the car tonight because you don't really need to practice these tracks. I was tempted to get out there with these guys, but man, what a show they've been putting on. Pace truck is a truck. It's a car. It's a truck. It's in. We're going green flag racing, Jeff.
Green.
Geico restart zone. The 80 wants the control car. Gets a good run there. The 88 wants to drag race the 87 to try to get to the bumper so he can be the one to push him. But Charles Gray had a great start as well. And now the 81 will jump up to the top to try to help out the 88, it looks like.
In turns 1 and 2, Bay Area Bugs all by himself on an island as the 2 behind him side draft. Who's going to be the one to catch the bumper first? Wes the Mess all over it, and now he's going to start pushing, trying to get the lead.
Robert Bearder doing a little bit of a block move there on the 74, and the 74 is now trying to get that outside lane to start, but nobody is going with him.
And the 70 car passes him, no problem. As he tries to dart down to the inside lane, he does so. Nice move there to get behind the 70, but up front, Bay Area Bugs, your leader, with him, Wes the Mess pushing Graham, and you look how close he's going to get to his bumper. Great shot there.
Doing a really good job of maintaining the lead and just staying patient. This top 5 needs to stay patient right now, as hard as it may be to do, just for the next couple laps before you can start making that push to the outside. And who's going to be the first one to jump out there? Anybody in 4th on back, you can win this race by making an aggressive move like that, but we do have a lap car. That's a 91 of Webb. They need to get around first.
7 laps to go at this juncture. Bugs continues to lead. Graham, Gray, Bearder, and Johnson, your top 5. Now Bearder tries to get brave. Thinks about going up high. Not going to happen. The line continues. 6 to go, and Bugs still in control.
I'm just holding my breath right now, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. The 74 is really trying to make that outside lane. Nobody wants to go to the outside. Oh, maybe the 21 will here.
The 21's going to go alone as it looks like all the leaders are going high to pass that lapped car. The 91 not giving an inch. He's going to be forced to go back as now Bugs clears him. Graham clears him. Gray clears him. It could be some chaos for everyone behind him, but the leader's in good shape.
This could get dicey with that lap car 91.
Yeah, if you're in that position, I mean, the 91 right now, he's 3 laps down. He needs to get down to the bottom and just let these guys go by.
I do not disagree with that.
It's worse than that. He's 12 laps down.
Oh, there you go. Hearing that right there from Race Control. 12 laps down is the 91. He definitely needs to be shown the blue flag quite a bit here and say, hey, probably need to drive down onto the apron and let these guys go so we're not screwing anything up here. And they're going to get together.
Come on, just stay down there, dude. All right, we're up front here. Top 4. That is unfortunate to see.
There you
Top
go.
4 with 4 laps to go. No caution flag out, so we continue to run. 3 to go this time by as Gray now trying to figure out where he wants to go. Goes low, goes high, cuts back into the line through turns 1 and 2. Who's going to be the first to challenge Bugs for the lead?
It's so hard to make that move because the 88's going to have to jump to the outside to try to get around the 81. Who's going to go with it? Is the 87 going to push him? Now the 4's looking into it.
He does have help there of Austin Johnson. If he stays there, no, Austin jumps out of it. He's going to try and stay behind Colbor in the 87 car, that Carhartt Mobile. As Wes, I think Wes is just going to try and push Bugs over the finish line here. I think Wes is he wants to see Bugs get a win tonight. Is my gut.
And we got a crash
there
behind us, and that's going to be Rick Evans. And that's going to be the 74 of Steinhoff involved.
Jason Lance involved there.
Jason
too.
Lance. Lots of damage all happened right here in turn number 2. It was right around the 74. 3-wide situation here. Let's see how this all played out as we are going to take another yellow flag here. It's 3 wide, you know. The 86 is down there on the line where he needs to be. The 74 very low. The 70 not giving the 74 very much room there. This 86 gets into him. That's 3-wide racing right there. That's what happens. And now that's going to stack everybody up for a green-white checker. Yeah, you see the 86 of Lance right there. He is got a lot of damage to his car. That looks like that's Guzman there. The 26 and the 77 of Carpenter. Just nowhere to go there. And they get caught up as well. But caution will fly here at Atlanta once again. 86 will be down on pit road using, I think he's out of fast repairs.
And if these pace laps work out, I think we're going to get a green-white checker, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be in green-white Checkersville, USA. And now that we have this little bit of time to talk, let's talk to all of you that are watching here on twitch.tv/jfavignano. In the chat right now, who is your pick to win this? I think it's anybody in the top 5. Especially with a new, restart here.
Oh, I know exactly who chat's going to pick. I know exactly who chat's going to pick, and it's only one driver whose card number begins with an 8.
It's either 1, an 8, or a 7 to finish it.
They're going to pick a driver with an 8 as their first number. I'm just calling it right now.
I disagree with that. I don't disagree with the winner having an 8 in it. I'm saying what we were talking about earlier. Ryan saying that the 88 would push the 81 past the line because he wants to see him win. That 88 wants to win the championship, so he's going to try to win a race. It doesn't matter. You put your friendship to the side on the last lap, and you do what you can to get the car across the line. All these guys are absolutely competitive, sim racers, and I think we're going to see that come out of them. It may not be the best result, but it's checkers or wreckers here with a green-white checker.
I would love to see that. A top 10 anime betrayal. Just West darts it out to the outside and takes the win. I would love to see it. I'm personally going out. I'm holding out hope for 87 there. Charles Gray. He's had a really good race, really done well managing this race, and he's been top 5 very consistently. And it'd also be great to see him get a win.
He had an interesting season. He almost threw the towel in and it was like, I'm done with the season. I'm done with this for a while. And then came back with a positive attitude about it and was like, what, I'm just going to do this. And it's showing. He's been having a fantastic race tonight, and he's definitely in a position that could get the win.
Yeah, and regardless of what happens, I think he should be proud of his race. As long as same with a lot of these other drivers. Robert Bearder, great performance by him again. Brand new parent there. He's running on fumes. Great to see him coming out to this race. You got Joel Brown up there in P7, Joe Ogle P8, Rick Evans hanging in there in P9. Actually, I'm not. Well, that might be updated. We got Reno up there, Isaiah Stevens. It's great to see these guys still out there, putting on some laps and putting on a good show.
I don't want to count out that 48. Nick Sargent, he's got both of his fast repairs here. We have green-white checkered racing to go. He is the one that is second in points behind the 88. He needs a good win. He needs either a win here, but definitely needs a good finish.
Popsicle stick's going to be in the air this time by. The 81 will start high, the 88 will start low, and it's still anybody's race. The first racing Chevy Silverado makes its way down pit road, and the field will be in command for one more time to the number 81 of Brandon Buggs. Green flag flies, he gets the jump over West, and we are down and away, 2 to go.
Got a really good push from the 88 there, but it's enough to lag back the 87 to the 88. Now everybody's got to try to form a second lane. It's all they can do here.
They got to make it to the white flag. Once the field gets across the white flag, it is the official. It will not matter if there's a crash. They got to get to the white flag, and they're going to hopefully do that here. So they have one lap after it. White flag in the air.
White flag in the air. The next one will finish this thing out. Is anybody going to try to make a second lane? It's all they can do here.
Through the backstretch they go for one more time. Buggs still up front. Graham looks high. Graham looks low. Buggs continues to defend that low line going into turns 3 and 4. Last chance of challenge this time.
They're trying to get it done 2 by 2 all the way back. The 81's holding off the 88. The 81 of Brandon Buggs will win at Atlanta. I was very surprised to not see the 87, the 48 step out in the outside lane there. Everybody's going to congratulate. They know how difficult this season has been for this driver. And they're all going to say congratulations to him. A lot of respect out here on the track for sure. And we're seeing that right here. But Brandon Buggs getting his first win of the season. And he is excited. Look at him moving that wheel back and forth. And for good reason.
He should be excited. Buggs has had terrible luck on these super speedways. Just going laps down, getting involved in wrecks. Really good to see him get a win here. He is stoked.
Well, now he's got to burn it down.
I was making fun of him. Oh, you're not going to need to practice burning it down. Was I ever wrong? And I'm glad to be wrong. Go ahead, Joe.
I was about to say, I hate to say that anyone deserves a win, but of all people, Brandon Buggs absolutely deserves this win. He has had such a challenging season. You know, a lot of times the win has been stolen from him. This is your moment, Brandon Buggs. This is your Disneyland moment. Take advantage of it. Burn it down. You, sir, are going to Disneyland.
Let's keep in mind, started in the very back, kept us cool throughout the race, made those amazing decisions in the last section of this entire thing, the last stint, and made those moves to get up there to the front. And once he was up there, man, he was hard to pass.
He pulled a great Bambino at the start of this race, going backwards and then practicing a burnout. I said he called it. He was calling his shot, and he backed it up. He made it happen. Take us through the final results here, Jeff.
All right, so there you go. Brandon Buggs getting his first win of the season. Wes Graham in second, and the 87 to Charles Gray in third. And look at where they started and where they ended up here. Really good right there. Nick Sargent gets to top 5. Good points day for the 48. Robert Bearder, he'll be in 5th. 6th to Joel Brown. 7th to Joe Ogle. 8th to Austin Johnston. 9th, top 10 right there. Not 9th top 10, but top 10 there for Rick Evans in the 70. And 10th goes to Nick Gould. Joe?
Finishing P11 will be the 86 of Jason Lance. Ryan Steinhoff, after that accident, will finish position number 12. Mason Pepper, who was led some laps earlier tonight, will finish 13th. Zachary Guzman finishes 14th. Alex Reno will finish the night in position number 15. Clayton Cyrus, Kyle Carpenter, Isaiah Stevens, Robert Webb, and Ben Tuttle round out your top 20, Ryan.
What are these numbers that we're seeing on this side? I'm trying to
don't even worry
along.
about it. Don't even worry about it.
That's going to be Aaron Beaver in 21. Jeffrey Spells, 22nd. Leonard Fado Herrero, he parked the car, 23rd. Kyle Cleveland. Clint Spells. Tony Wilson's your race control. Jonathan Ordorf, I don't even think he showed up. Same with Gage Bugman.
There you have it. That is all of your race results here. And we are going to head over into the driver's pit And we'll talk to your winner and more when we come back. And Ryan, I'll let you lead that.
Oh, you betcha.
All right, we're getting caught up to everybody now after they have crossed the finish line and are getting out of their digital cars with their digital Sunoco Racing Fuel, digital tires, etc., etc. Ryan?
Let us catch up with your race winner, the 81, Brandon Bruggs. How'd it go, buddy? Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. That was crazy. I have to give a huge shout out to Wes for working with me that race. We kept an eye on each other, and if it wasn't for him, who knows what kind of run. Him and Charles were back there, and both of those guys are great drivers, so I was expecting anything but hang out for the first half of the race, just try to be, not get involved in any nonsense, and wow, it paid off in the end. Just luck was on our side. iRacing gods finally looked upon me, and I finally.
How good does it feel, man? Does it feel like a weight is off your shoulder, the monkey's off your back, getting that win tonight?
Oh yeah, definitely. So many times this season I've gotten so close to getting a win and haven't been able to put it together in the last couple laps, and that caution coming out at 133, I was like, man, that's not at all what we needed. It was oh man, I didn't know if it was going to happen the last couple laps, but once everything went green and everything kind of worked itself out, I realized not many people are going to shoot to the outside to get a run, and I had Wes right there helping me out, and it was just perfect.
Right on, buddy. Well deserved. Congratulations on the win. Jeff, I'll pass it over to you.
All right, we'll catch up to Wes Graham. Wes, you came into this one so close to getting a win tonight, keeping that streak alive, and also just maintaining the momentum with your points. Tell us about the race and what happened there at the end. Just nobody wanted to go on the outside?
No, we were, like Buck said, we were working together all night, from the drop of the green flag to the drop of the checkered flag. So, we had some communications back and forth and everything. And, it just played out that we actually got to the front with about 30 laps to go, cutting through the field, some guys on older tires, some people just not, confident in the car. I tell you, this is a whole different beast. I noticed in the trucks, like turn 3 was the problem spot. Here, turn 2 is the problem spot with the next gen cars, and everything just happened so fast. These restarts are definitely key. Working, communicating, talking together through the restarts. Just making sure that we had each other's backs throughout the entire race, and that's what a teammate is. That's what being a teammate's all about. I knew Chuck was going to be kind of fast there, so we put him behind me. Bugs be in the control car, let him jump out. And we'll just see what happens at the end. You couldn't really pass either by yourself unless you completely took the air off of the right side. And I know once we got towards the front, and Chuck was doing that to us, especially in 3 and 4, it just felt like parachutes flew out of the rear end. And it just stopped your momentum, stopped your run. And, until they were off of your rear quarter panel, you couldn't really do any movement. So you couldn't gain any speed or anything like that. But, kind of, selfish, but, kind of wish the Sargent wouldn't have finished as well as he did. But, he deserved another top 5. And a shout out to Beater on the top 5 as well. But congrats to Bugs on the win. Shout out to Tony at WMD Paint Shop for making this league look damn good. And appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. And I've got to say, you talked about it on Monday's broadcast for the truck race. Was it as much fun on the track as it was watching it?
It was. So, the beginning was kind of like crazy. There was everybody all over the place. There was some unsolicited 3 wide racing. There was just, it was all over the place. Kind of stuck to the back in the beginning. Right around there. And then we got past halfway and it's like, yeah, let's start creeping up a little bit. And then, just the dominoes kind of fell in the right direction. So, it's an absolute blast when you have the right group of people, and we got the right group of people here. There was a lot of give and take out there. At least from my eyes, again, some questionable moves, but, can everybody's spotter be perfect. So, we'll move on to next week. We got 3 more races to go, and just trying to points race it.
There you have it. Started 18th. We'll finish second. The last driver I want to talk to is Charles Gray. Charles, what a great race, number 1. Good to have you back. I know you almost threw the towel in. I'm so glad to see you out here racing. And it goes to show everybody that was watching live in the chat, we're just, rooting for you. What does it feel like to be back on the track again and, of all things, to finish in third?
I appreciate the kind words, Jeff. It feels really good, man. I had a rough few races there for a while, and I think I made the right decision. Kind of got my head on right, and did some kind of internal soul searching, I guess, and decided to give it another try, see out the season, and glad I did. Had a lot of fun out there. So happy for Bugs that he finally got that win that he deserves. Atlanta's always been one of my favorite tracks, and then he repaved it, and it's not as fun, but it's still it's fun. It's interesting. It was hard to figure out. Crazy in traffic. The runs you get are just insane. And like Wes was saying, when I found out that if you're on the outside line coming out of the corner, if you could squeeze down onto that car in your inside line, take the air off of him, you could get a massive run off the corner onto the straight, whether it be the front or the back straight. And I just, at the end there, I kind of made up my mind that I was gonna, if it came down to it, I was pushing Bugs to this win. He deserved that win so much. The crap that he's been through this season, but it was a ton of fun. Thank you guys for the broadcast. Thank you everybody for the kind words in the chat, and really happy to be back.
There you go. Started 11th. We'll finish out third. All right, I'm going to send it over to you, Joe.
Catch up with the driver who started third, finished fourth. That'd be Nick Sargent. Nick, not necessarily the night you wanted, but a top 5 cannot be that bad.
No, especially I think it was about 20 to go. I was somewhere in like 15th, 14th. So I was able to make a good push there at the end and get back up to the top 5. Which is what I needed. I also needed Wes to not win, so that was good. Thanks to Bugs for that, and congrats. But I'm starting to think I might have to worry more about Bugs catching me in points than me catching Wes. He looks like he's about 1 point behind me now. But it was a good race. Had fun. I'm just going next week and try to keep going.
You actually took the words right out of my mouth. 1 point now between you and Brandon Bugs with 3 to go. You're currently also 22 points behind Wes Graham. Looking at the rest of the schedule moving forward, what's your thoughts? What's it going to take to try to challenge for the series trophy at the end of the season?
Wins, probably. I would probably need to win 1 or 2 of these last few races. Which is possible, but we'll see. I'll got to do a lot of practice, I guess.
A lot of practice ahead for Nick Sargent. Finishes 4th tonight, comes out 2nd in the points race. For last interview for the evening, let's catch up with the man who finished in position number 5, and that fellow is Robert Bearder. Robert, coming into this race, did you think that a top 5 was possible tonight?
Oh yeah, I thought a win was possible. I feel very comfortable at tracks that race like this, and I made a few mistakes on some restarts at the end there. That kind of hurt me, but otherwise I felt I had a pretty good race. Played it safe early on, so I wasn't running as up front as much as I could have. Ran with damage for a little bit, but happy Bugs got the win. I would have pushed him to the end, so I still want those organic cookies you promised me over the microphone, but
you got it.
Yeah, there you go. But appreciate it. Thanks for the broadcast as well.
So I guess walk me through the racing tonight. It was chaotic. It was fun. It looked like you guys were having a blast out there on what has become a mini super speedway. How fun was it running this repaved track?
It's interesting. I think it was more of a learning experience on Monday. Just like, all right, this is what it's going to be like. These drove a little different. They were more planted, I felt like, especially on the bottom. On Monday, I felt way more comfortable up top in the trucks. And then when we got here, driving on the bottom actually felt way better. And the top line even seemed stronger on Monday as well. But yeah, I don't know. It was a little different for me. Usually at the super speedways, I'm not one to hang back, but once I got a little bit of damage, it was a new experience. I felt like a lot of people were kind of just running safe early on. There was like a little pack fighting up front, but early on when the position of the field didn't matter as much, you saw a lot of people kind of spread out, and it was interesting watching it all play out.
Robert Bearder does the mountains of New Jersey proud, finishing 5th tonight at Atlanta.
NJ
Well,
all day.
Jeff,
Yeah, I have one more to talk to, and that is going to be Rick Evans. Rick, you're like a fish to water when it comes to this new Atlanta. What's been the magic to get you not only your second top 10 of the season here, but also you're up there in the mix with everybody else?
It's a good change. Yeah, I'm keeping my foot in the gas. I don't have to take it off or press any brakes. I had a blast. Kept up with the field, obviously. I don't think I have much else to say.
There you go. Rick Evans started 13th, and he will get a top 10. We saw him up there in the mix as well. I would like to talk to everybody. Joel Brown, really quick, 21st. Here you are,
sir.
getting a top 10. You got to be stoked about it.
That's right. Yeah, it was a good race, man. I was just riding back there behind Wes for a little while, and we unfortunately got caught up in a wreck, so I had to went a lap down. And that's when I had to get aggressive, and me and Clint pushed up there towards the front, and we were battling for that lucky dog spot hard, man. It was a tough fight. Luckily, I was able to get it, and so I was off pit sequence than everybody else, so I had to pit way early under green, and I sped through the pit, so I went another lap down. And somehow got it back. I wasn't even really looking to get it back, but we ended up getting it, so being aggressive there at the beginning, I hated to do it, but it paid off, so I guess I don't hate it too bad.
There you have it, Joel Brown. I wish I could talk to everybody. Ryan, you have anybody else you want to talk to?
No, I gotta go to bed. I'm good.
All right.
Good racing, everybody.
Yep. I got to talk to some people in my... I'll head you guys back up here in the broadcast booth in just a minute.
Thanks for the broadcast.
There you have it. I'm going to go ahead and just mute up here for a second here, guys. Let me talk to some people in my chat real fast.
Yeah, no, go for it, man.
Okay.
You don't have to mute up.
All right. I got to say, oh my God, to Mr. Korhoff, absolute mad lad. Gifted ridiculous 50, 60, 70 something. One JBC giving out if you guys got a gifted subscription from these guys that just did this recently, be sure to say thank you. Absolutely amazing community here. I'm blown away right now by the love we're getting right now. So thank you to the one JBZ and also to you, Korhoff. We really appreciate that. A lot of you guys just got subscriptions there. We really appreciate it. Big Doinkers, thank you for everything. Awesome. I have nothing else to really say about the broadcast, guys. Like, it was just well done, really good. Like, we stepped on each other maybe a couple times, but outside of that, it was just a great flow, and I really enjoyed it.
Thanks for the broadcast.
Thanks for the broadcast.
Thanks for the broadcast. Yeah, that was great, man. I enjoyed it. Great racing by these guys.
Oh man,
good times, man.
It was just nonstop action the whole time. Like, I was just like, I don't know who's gonna win this thing. And that's the fun part about it. It's just, there's something, about Daytona and Talladega. There's gonna be a big crash. You're gonna have a couple cars left over. But this was
Yeah, this was great.
And one heck of a race for you to come back to, Joe.
I was about to say, tonight's race really showed the best of this league and why this is one of the most watched leagues on all of Twitch. These guys have a lot of fun. They're very professional, and when they get together, it is nonstop action from start to finish. Congratulations to Brandon Buggs again. I've never met a guy who deserved it more than him. He had heartbreak all season long just to come back and get this big old W. So happy for him, so proud of him, and really excited to see what happens over the next 3 races.
All right. Well, I'm going to send it over to Moonhead. We usually send you guys over to West, but Moon Car is tonight at the New Atlanta. You just saw this. And if you don't know who Moonhead is and what Moon Car is, They drive. It's just an insane race to watch. So if you enjoyed this, you're definitely going to love that. Go show them some love. I'm going to send you over to him now, actually. Thank you all for all the love and support that you have shown. And what can I say? Just absolutely incredible. So thank you guys so much. Go enjoy some more insane racing at this track tonight. And we will see you guys next week.